What's going on, Duff Daddies and Duff Mamas? It is Tuesday, June 15th, and welcome back to an all-new episode of the Duffin Up Podcast. My name is Brendan Monroe. As always, I am with the one, the only, Michael Adams. Mike, how you doing tonight, bud?
I am good. I am good. I am good. Let's talk some golf. I think the one and only, there's so many. There's so many Mike Adamses. I mean, I'm just another. There's nothing significant about this guy right here. So the one, the many, Mike Adams. Over to Timmy O'Reilly. Timmy, how are you doing today? Saw you at the beach the other day, bud. Looking forward to this.
Oh, yeah. We have ourselves the third major. I do love this new major lineup we got going on. It definitely brings I hated when the PGA finished up like in August.
Horrible.
Yeah. Oh, it's brutal. It's like the worst one finishes last. It's almost like, all right, the golf season's over, after the Open is done. And but this new lineup, we have the US Open, golf's hardest test. Today is the longest day in golf. Just want to give a shout out to all those trying to qualify and who make the cut and have to travel all the way to San Diego if they're not from the area. So golf's longest day today. We are recording on this day, but you will be hearing this on Tuesday. Let's get going. It's the U.S. Open week, boys. Here we go.
Timmy Tidbits for you. Timmy Tidbits.
Oh, Mikey, don't worry. We got a Mikey Tidbits later, so that's all that matters. We got it right in there, right in the notes, baby. Let's go. But as Timmy very well put it right there, we have the U.S. Open preview show, and we are heading out to Torrey Pines in La Jolla, California, right outside San Diego, right in San Diego County, right there. We are heading out to the home of the Farmers Insurance Open that's played every year. But more importantly, it is the home of the 2021 121st U.S. of A. Open Championship. And boys, I don't know about you, but at first I was thinking about it and I was like, Torrey Pines, like they shoot pretty low at the Farmers Insurance every year. I don't know if it's going to be that much of a challenge. And then they took us out on the course today, and is all I'm going to say. It is going to be a course weekend, and I am excited for it. Mike Davis, in his last tournament as USGA commissioner, has gone all out for this one, boys, and I am ready to talk about what is going to happen at this Reese Jones redone course. They are playing it in between 7,600 and 7,800 yards this week. It's depending on the day. They might move the tees up a little bit, make a nice little short par four, which is something that they've done the past couple of years. They might move them all the way back, and we'll get like a nice little Kiowa style, very, very hard course one day. They got the rough as thick as 5 inches in most of the areas. So the primary, not the first cut, but the primary cut is about 5 inches thick. You're going to need a hacksaw to get out of there, boys. There is no chance that any of us will be able to get out of there. And I don't know about you guys, but I am looking forward to the pros 250 yards away, taking out a sand wedge and just getting right back into the fairway. So I don't know, boys. I don't know what you guys have the thought about, but I am looking forward to Torrey Pines this week and seeing how hard it's going to be.
It's a course that not only, and I am absolutely frozen, it is a course that not only requires distance, but it requires accuracy. It requires being able to chip out of the rough from nice little next to the greens. Poana greens, always difficult. Couple things about the golf course. There's the third hole, 195 yards, depending on the wind. You can either use a pitch and wedge or you could use a long iron. And then the par 5, the usual 560-yard par 5, which is usually played as a par 5 for the Farmers Insurance. It's now converted to a 515-yard par because the U.S. Open is usually always a 70 par 71. And yeah, love the doing research on the course. It's a father-son original design, and like Brendan said, it's a redesign as well. It's been redesigned. And then the last time we had a U.S. Open here, bada bing, was Tiger Woods beating out Rocco Mediate in that absolutely electric 18-hole playoff.
5 days of golf. 5.
My God.
And
awesome. You want to know a tiny little tidbit?
Another Timmy tidbit
is that, and this is a preview, I'm sure we'll get to this name later. Brendan, I know, is a huge fan of his. Xander Schauffele was watching that 18-hole playoff from a Torrey Pines tree. He was climbing trees. He was watching it. And so I'm sure he has that in the back of his mind as he plays this. Maybe it's his turn to win the U.S. Open. Who knows?
God, I sure hope so. Love me some Xander Schauffele. But yes, it's going to be impressive to see the fact that they moved that the par 5. They moved the tees up a little bit, but literally just a little bit. They only moved them up about 40 yards, and they made it a par 4. That is going to be nightmares for a lot of those guys because it is a dog leg. They are going to be able to cut it a little bit, but again, if you're getting out of the fairway, it's going to be a rough day. It's going to be a rough day down there. So they definitely got to look into that. Really interesting take. I heard another fan favorite of mine, Charlie Hoffman, earlier today, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna aim for bunkers, man. If I can't get it on the green, I'm aiming for bunkers. I don't want to hit out of this rough. Like, I'll aim for a bunker. At least I can get it out of there." So you got to look at those mindsets with some of the guys here, where they're just like, if I'm too far away, I'm not even aiming for the green. I'll aim for the bunker. Just make sure I don't get in the rough. Unbelievable. I'm really looking forward to this, Mikey.
I've been listening to other folks like Jeff Shackelford was on the Golf McKellar podcast that I listened to, and you hear, like, he wrote an article saying like Torrey Pines sucks, and you hear other people talk about how just kind of mundane Torrey Pines is, and it gets this glamour and this rap that it's a good place to host these tournaments. But it, like Tim said, it's kind of who hits it the straightest, who hits it, keeps it out of the rough, who can hit it the furthest. Nothing like, I don't know. I guess they were just talking about how you can go through different holes and make them way better. But I'm no golf specialist, golf course architect, but I'm definitely excited. And I went back and they had the rerun of Rocco versus Tiger on that Monday back in, when was that? What year was that?
2008.
2008. That was,
if you can believe it. We lost Timmy for a bit, but don't worry, he'll be back on. Continue, Michael.
No, that was just an incredible match. And I picked it up. Like, I didn't realize Tiger was down 1 going into 18 on Monday in the playoff. And he pushed a 19th hole, right? Yeah, he pushed a 19th hole. They went back and played, I forget what hole, but they played 19 and Rocco, he pulled his drive into a bunker, and Tiger, I think, just made par, and Tiger made every putt he needed to. Was that putt on Sunday on the 18th green to push Monday 18 Monday overtime was unbelievable. That was like a 25 foot putt that he just sunk to win another major.
It is absolutely crazy, and I will say that is something that I do think is missing now from the U.S. Open, because I believe that was the last 18-hole playoff in the U.S. Open's history.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
They ended it. I think they ended it specifically because of that year,
which is a shame. As a golf fan, as someone who can do whatever they want on that Monday, imagine if not waking up to that on that Monday, not getting that drama that Rocco immediate, dude, he was approaching the 18th green, wave, Tiger's just zoning out, or zoning in on what his shot. Rocco's took off his hat probably 6 times to honor the crowd for cheering him up, which was great because he's never been there, taking in the moment. Thank you for cheering for me. Tiger didn't acknowledge anyone. Tiger goes in and wins that. it was I don't know. Rocco's a great guy too. Like you can't not root for Rocco.
No, absolutely. And that was the thing too. They said like that was not really like the down, you know, it wasn't really the downfall of Tiger, obviously, because Tiger went on to have a fantastic career. But that was kind of, you know, right after that, he, you know, during those rounds, he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
He broke his Tiger broke his tibia, had a stress fracture in his tibia, and tore his ACL during that round.
And was obviously having sexual relationships with other women.
Yeah.
And
So
I remember his, well, I don't remember. I just watched his little interview on the 18th after winning that. And knowing what I know now, like I was like, what is running through his mind right now? Because he was asked about his baby girl, his kid that he had with
with Elon.
Yeah. But just the emotions, and to be able to win a golf tournament with everything going on, that's wow, that's crazy. But he was the best to ever do it. And what a Torrey Pine tournament we had back then. So we got a lot of storylines with Phil and obviously Bryson, Brooks, Jordan reemergence. It's going to be electric out there, and hopefully, like you guys are saying, Mike Davis is setting this thing up to really, really be an entertaining. Hey, look at this!
He's back.
We're back.
Here we go, Brooksy.
Oh, Christmas, what a
Wow. Okay, we gotta move your router and your we gotta move your router just right next to your computer wherever you are.
my God.
Oh.
But I did get to listen to the whole thing. So keep going, whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
No, we were just talking about just
a lot of Tiger back in 08.
Yeah. And we're also talking about like I kind of put this question to both of you guys. I loved that the US Open had that it's not a sudden death. It is a full 18-hole playoffs the next day. They got rid of it because Tiger tore his ACL. Like they never will say they got rid of it for that reason. They got rid of it because Tiger broke his leg and tore his ACL during the playoff, but like, you know, he had to play on that instead of just playing one extra hole. I kind of wish that they still had that. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree. I just think it's one of those things in sports where it's just like, this is a cool little thing where it's, you know, it's not even match play. It's straight stroke play. And I just thought it was a really cool event.
They have a 2-hole aggregate playoff now, which it's not enough. You want more. And you think like US Open, the toughest test of a major, you'd have to go back out and do it 8. Even if you have a torn ACL, you have to go back out and do it 18 more times. And to change that, I don't know, it takes something away, but what are you going to do? You got to live with what you got, I guess, right?
I guess
I don't think I've ever agreed with you two more. I think we should absolutely have the 18. It's what makes the US Open cool, you know. And I think of, I mean, one of the most famous, I mean, we're talking about a famous 18-hole playoff with Tiger and Rocco, but I think maybe arguably the most famous is Francis Ouimet, and we'll talk about him come next year. But with that 18-hole playoff against Harold Varner and the other big guy.
Harry Vardon, the stylist Harry Vardon. Oh.
You know, and it is what makes the US Open different. Who needs another 2-hole playoff? If we have to go to a next day, more golf, I mean, we're definitely biased because we love golf, but and a whole nother day of golf and just watching two guys go head to head. Let's do that. I don't know why they got rid of it. It must be a TV thing too.
What are the golfers going to say? No. I mean, obviously they're going to go out there. So.
Oh, it's 100%. It has to be a TV thing too. So
it doesn't have to be on TV. You got to be there.
I didn't mind it on TV. It was nice. I was able to watch it that Monday. I was 17 years old at the time. That was pretty sweet.
I'm just saying, don't start changing things for TV.
Yeah, that's true. That is 100% true. I 100% agree with that. You know, there was besides that, and the thing is too is that it doesn't happen very often. Like the 18-hole playoff does not happen very often. Before that, it was 2001. And before that time, I believe it was 1994. So, you know, it happens once every 10 years. I couldn't tell you. I didn't go back and look into see if there was playoff sense, but I just think it's one of those things where you got to look at it and you're just like, this brings so much that, like, you know what I mean? It just brings so much to the course. Also, third place that year, the finest age whiskey in all of golf, Lee Westwood, 2008. So close again. So close again, Lee. One time you're gonna get it. Probably not this week, but one time you'll get there. Rooting for him hard.
Lee's in the field. Who's on the bag?
Great question.
Fiance's on the bag this week. I had to think about it. I had to think about it.
So that's no good. That's
no
good.
No, that's very good. Son on the bag, bad. Fiance on the bag, good.
No, I thought it was the other way around.
Oh, no. He finished tied for second with the fiance on the bag 2 weeks in a row. Then the son came on the bag and he missed the cut.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So good. All right. Good vibes, Lee. All right.
Yeah, he knew. He's like, all right, we got to get the wifey on the bag. But
poor kid.
Yeah, I would just love to see it one more. Like I was pretty shitty research and I did not look up to see if there had been a playoff since the 08. I don't believe there had. Just looking at 09. Lucas Glover won a US Open. Like, how did that happen? At Bethpage Black too. Wow, what a guy. You just kind of look through. I don't believe.
I mean, how can they get rid of it? Even like we're talking about it now. Like it's what a showdown between Rocco and Tiger. Yeah, it was Tiger. I mean, the biggest needle mover in the history of the game. But I mean, even if it's, I don't know, even if it's Lee Westwood and I don't know, some in Will Zalatoris. I mean, we got to watch 18 holes of golf more in the toughest test. I mean, Brendan, that's just carnage with 18 more holes of carnage for you. It's just, can we go back?
Let's change it back.
Can we go back?
Change it back.
I'm on your guys' side. I'm on your side. I would love to have it back.
Suck up their pride, the PGA Tour or the USGA, suck up their pride.
You made a mistake.
And just admit they made a mistake and go right back. That's it.
It's easy.
Wouldn't be that hard. I don't think it'd be that hard. I don't even think it's even happened. I'm trying to look. I'm on 2013. Nope. I don't think it's happened since. And honestly, if it did happen, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care.
I don't want to play off this week. Just for that reason. I don't want to be tempted, but being like, oh, this could have been so great, and we just have two shitty holes of golf, probably in the dusk. Can't even see their ball. It's probably
especially in the U.S. Open where they're playing for par and not playing for birds. Where the winner will probably make a par and the loser will probably make a bogey or something.
And I don't think that. So Torrey Pines, they haven't had a lot of rain, which is good, which is big. So it's not going to be like in Erin Hills where it rained the entire week before. So the course was so soft that everyone went out and shot crazy under. But I also don't think it's going to be like a Shinnecock or like a, what Wingfoot should have been last year before Bryson went nuts. And, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it is going to be pretty okay. Like 2 under, probably 1 under. If they're over par, I'd love it. I'm very pro over par, in this, in the US Open, but hey, it may happen.
I think I love that it might be really hard, like a firm golf course. I really enjoy watching people like run it up, keep it low, just kind of old Scotsland style, like old European style, just keep the ball low and links course kind of.
Was there more?
It's technically not a links course, but it's like close. You know what I mean? It's right along the ocean, so it's good.
Does it blow there? Wind blow there? Or?
Oh, they get some wind. Oh, do they get some wind? It's gonna be like it could be Kiowa level wind. Like, yeah.
I want to see another Chambers Bay. When you're talking about firm, I mean, yeah, the players didn't like it, but visually on the TV, I mean, just landing the ball one way on the green and it just rolls all the way around and all that stuff. I mean, that is just does it for me. That's like US Open. That's you got to be able to putt. You got to be able to. Oh my God.
Billy Horschel during the Chambers Bay getting so mad on the greens.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The issue was that was like, that's probably the worst. Like, even though Jordan Spieth won it, just because they were hoping it would rain, because it's Seattle, Washington in June. So like, you're like, oh, it's going to rain. And then it didn't rain. And so the course was in like bad condition, but it was interesting. It was a really good tournament.
I liked it. It was so different. I mean, Torrey Pines, I mean, Mike, you were saying that Torrey Pines is, you were listening and saying Torrey Pines is just your average golf course. And visually, it is kind of your average golf course.
Shackelford says that there's like a mound in the middle of every green, or like off to the side, just from poor architect. Just someone couldn't make a green level, so there's kind of like mounds in the middle of greens. I don't know. Take it for a grain of salt. But go on, Tim.
Oh yeah, and it's an average looking golf course it's just green, and we have green. We have Augusta. I like Oakmont's kind of like that too, but I do like Oakmont with the different bunkering and everything like that. But Chambers Bay, I do like Winged Foot. It was just long and skinny, which I guess is another one, but it has so much history. Torrey Pines, it's just I mean, it's cool. That's right on the coast. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would like to see another Chambers Bay kind of linksy, but you did say that, Brendan, that Torrey Pines has that linksy feel just being on the water. So
yeah, even though it's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not Pebble Beach, it's not Spyglass Hill, it's nothing like that. But
no.
I just don't like, so and the only reason why I even got mad when they were like, oh, we're going to Torrey Pines, I don't want courses that have another PGA event hosting the US Open.
Right.
I think that's wrong. I get it. You can't play, like, you can't always play it in Florida or something like that. Or like, you want to, you obviously cannot have a US Open in Mesa, Arizona, where it's 120 degrees in the middle of June. Like, I get you can't have it in some places like that, but like, come on, man. Like, don't play it at another course. Like, I don't know if they're going to do this again for a while. Like, I don't know if they're going to play it at a course that doesn't have another PGA Tour event, because next year it's at the Country Club, which hopefully we're enormous by then, so we can somehow get in there. And the year after, I think it's Oakmont or Pinehurst. Like, it's Oakmont, Pinehurst. It's starting to get like 2027's Pebble, which is Pebble's like, I guess, the exception, because like they have the pro, but like even that, I don't know if I 100% even like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think I'd rather just have Pebble be a US Open course than do their Pebble Beach Pro-Am, but at the same time, they'll never get rid of that because it's so popular.
Right.
You have to play Pebble. Have to.
Yeah. That's like the one course that like you get the exemption from.
It's like the St. Andrews of the US Open.
And
you have to play it there.
I don't know, man. Wingfoot's kind of making a run for that one too, though. But they've played at Pebble so many times. That's the issue. They played at Pebble, I think, like 9 or 10 times. But yeah, so
they just know the weather out there so well, right? Like that it's never gonna rain. Like they can. I mean, it just helps them play in the golf tournament.
Basically, I mean, they've got the stimp. They had the stimp meter out today. They said the greens are running at 13, which is very high for a non-US Open tournament, but for a US Open tournament, it's medium high. There's a different stimp meter level for US Open tournaments and non-US Open tournaments. It's insane. Crazy. So, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great thing. I know we talked about it. I know we talk about how you got to be in the fairway, but there are statistics that show that being in the fairway is not as needed as it once as you would think it would have to be. A person who has had the best fairway accuracy numbers for the entire week during the US Open has never won a US Open.
All US Opens or
all US Opens?
That's a large stat.
Wow.
Think about that. So if you are number one in driving accuracy, you have not won a U.S. Open.
Interesting.
Exactly, because I agree. All we talk about is how much you got to be in the fairway. You got to be in the fairway. You got to be in the fairway. Can't be in the rough. Got to be in the fairway. Bryson kind of proved that wrong last year, but again, Bryson was a freak of nature. Like, that was a freak of nature performance.
He basically made a statement that if you're going to be in the rough, and in the U.S. Open, you're probably going to be in the rough. You'd rather be in the rough from 100 yards than 200 yards. That's
Yeah.
what.
Yeah,
And you're going to make all your clubs the exact same length, so that way you can just, take a pitching wedge, but it's actually as long as a 3-iron, and just take it out there, which should be illegal. Should 100% be illegal. But that's besides the point.
No.
But you don't think so?
Well, I love how he did at Winged Foot kind of set that mindset, like drive it as far as you can and then have a shorter shot in from the rough. But what you're saying that he shouldn't be able to have all clubs the same length?
I don't like it. I don't like it personally, but that's just me.
I mean, you keep limited everything. I mean, eventually we're just going to get down to playing. I don't even know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Something
Exactly. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I think there are a lot of, really good storylines coming into this as well, which is great. I think the first one, and this is a big one, and you guys might disagree with me. The major storyline that I have, not named Phil Mickelson, because I want it to happen. It may not happen though. Jon Rahm plays Torrey Pines extremely well.
Oh yes.
Jon Rahm is coming out of getting screwed out of winning the Memorial by his own fault. By his own fault. We're not saying that was incorrect, but by his own fault, he lost out on a tournament, on basically walking away from the tournament. And I just think, the guy's got 3 top 10s and 5 starts, including a win at the Farmers Insurance Open. I think his lowest place he's ever finished since 2017 when he started playing there was tied for 23rd. So it's just like, yeah. So the dude's a monster at Torrey Pines. Dude loves Torrey Pines. I think he could have a really, really good tournament. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen the pictures, but his hometown in Barrica, Spain, there are pictures that they have. They look very similar to the cliffs. They look very similar to the Torrey Pines cliffs. So you're sitting there, you're just like, maybe Jon Rahm is onto something here, since his hometown looks exactly like Torrey Pines.
I'm not rooting for Jon Rahm.
I don't know why you don't like him.
I'm not pulling for Johnny. I mean, I'm not rooting for him to finish in last, but I don't want him to win. So I don't really. He definitely could have a great week, but I mean, he's had no COVID symptoms. Maybe one's a little fog, or maybe a symptom of just missing a cut or something. He's got to have some symptom after COVID. I mean, no.
I think because of his unfortunate little disqualification or withdrawal, whatever you want to call it, and he's such a hothead, he could go either way. Either it's going to fire him up, and he spent the last 2 weeks
run
just
away with it.
Just
run. He'll either run away with it or miss
or
the cut.
Force it,
There's
or
no in between.
Or it's going to go the opposite way, and it's going to completely catastrophize him. And I don't even know. So it's going to go either way. And Brendan, it seems it's almost too good to be true. I mean, this is his course. He plays well here. And like you said, it's just like his hometown in Spain and all that like that. It's like, I want to pick him. I mean, I like Jon Rahm. I want to pick him. Obviously he's wicked expensive.
Yeah.
He's wicked expensive.
You can't pick him.
But it's almost too good to be true. And then if he has that fire under his ass that because of COVID, I mean, you're right. He could run away with it. And Johnny boy, maybe this will be numero uno for your major tally. Let's see.
Possibly. Speaking of someone who wants to get into that nice little win column at the US Open, another hometown boy, the man who will turn 51 years of age on Wednesday, Phil Mickelson.
Xander,
No, we'll get to him later.
I was thinking Xander too.
Yeah.
No. We will get to him later.
Is Xander a hometowner?
He is as well. We'll get to him in a bit, Michael.
Sorry.
We'll get to him in a bit. Phil Mickelson. He's going for it. He took 2 weeks off after he got cut from not the Memorial, but the other tournament. So he went back home. We all saw him drinking wine out of the Wanamaker for a week, having a good time, hanging out on the golf carts, and then starting last week, was over at Torrey Pines every day, playing, getting a feel for the course. Being a San Diego boy, I gotta respect it. There is nothing in this world that would make me happier than if Phil went back to back and like finally got the monkey off the shoulder, got the monkey off his shoulder. I don't see it happening, and that kind of breaks my heart. I just really hope he just doesn't finish in second. Like, I hope he makes the cut. I hope he finishes and like.
Brendan, why are you putting that thought in our head?
Oh.
Man,
if you make the cut, Phil, you're either winning it or be like 25th. Like, you know,
that would be heartbreaking.
No top 10. No top 10 for Phil. No top 10 unless it's a 1. Unless there's a 1 and not a 0 next to him. If there's just a 1, then you're good. He can't finish in the top 10. He can't. At 51 years of age, if he finished in the top 10, like, it would be. I know we talk about how I like to have like that, like the heartbreak. Like, I like watching the heartbreak. I can't watch Phil get heartbroken anymore. No. America couldn't do it.
Yeah, I'd rather have him finishing last.
Dead last. Am I freaking frozen again?
Oh my God.
He's frozen. Same face. Looks exactly the same.
Exact face. Oh my goodness gracious.
No, but go Phil. In all honesty, go Philly. I mean, we're a big pro Phil podcast. We are pulling for the guy. Big time.
100%.
Watch him in those shades. I can't wait to see him just make incredible pitch, chip, flop shots around greens. And if he's dialed in, look out, baby. Look out.
Later. If Phil's got it going, he's got it going, man.
He just showed the field he can hang with the big boys. If he's up there again, no one's going to be surprised. And I think he found something,
Completely agree there, Michael. Completely agree with you.
I don't think it's just us being a pro Phil podcast. I think America is just pro Phil.
Right. I think America is now on pro Phil side. Yes, 100% agree. We're all Phil Mickelson. No, I'm kidding.
We're pretending.
Oh man, but we got some other really, really good stories right here too. DJ, is he actually going to make a cut at a major this year? Is it going to happen? I don't know.
When I think of this place, I kind of think of that it's kind of like Oakmont, and in the fact that it's just long and straight and bada bing, and he won at Oakmont, so you never know. But you're right that the history has not been good to Dustin Johnson as of late in the majors. And the last one, he did win the Masters last fall, but still.
I don't know, man, because like back in Kiowa, I was like, I'd love for Dustin Johnson to be the hometown guy and win, win in his home state. Like, I thought that was going to be a thing, and then went out and kind of laid an egg, and I was really sad. It's like, oh, the South Carolinians are going to be very upset right now. Very upset. Oh, we've also got.
He tickled our balls this past weekend a little bit.
He did tickle our balls a little bit, and then he triple bogeyed and fell out of the running.
Did he triple bogey late on Sunday?
Oh yeah, triple bogeyed. I think hole 14 or 15. I wish I don't have it up in front of me, unfortunately.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Timmy Timmy was following a little bit. I was napping at the beach. Dude, just to touch on it, like Hadley, I saw him be interviewed on Thursday after a nice round, and I think it was Scott, the guy on Golf Channel, or Gary, I forget, asked him a question, kind of condescending question. So Hadley kind of spun it back at him, and it was kind of like, oh, this guy's got a little chip on his shoulder. And then he was in the lead all week, and then came down and shot a 75 on Sunday. Pretty poor performance, right? And
bogey. Oh,
Oh,
crushed.
and I guess I wasn't watching, again, napping at the beach, enjoying life. It was beautiful. Golf.
Oh, Michael.
I was listening to the golf, like holes 7 through 10.
Mhm.
Just couldn't listen any longer and close my eyes. But it was Hadley's at Palmetto. The course got him, and he choked it away. And
know.
I heard Higo's name be announced. Timmy told me Higo won, and I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" That was such a nobody wanted to win that tournament. That guy finished like at 12 p.m. He got one. He got one.
He was in the penultimate group, Michael.
Well, he was like third to last group, fourth to last group,
Second to last. He was in the group ahead of Hadley.
Oh shit! I thought he was at like third.
But it felt like that, though. I know what you're saying.
He and old BVP Bo Van Pelt just taking up the penultimate group. Now, yeah, I mean, Hadley choked it away, but I mean, I don't know if you guys, our listeners probably don't know. All 25 of them probably don't know. Big Garrett Higo guy. Love me the lefties. Love me some South African players as well. So, been following him. He was crushing it on the European tour this year. He had 3 wins already. Came over, made the cut at the PGA Championship. I was like, damn, dude, 22 years old. Kid's got a big future, and I'm looking forward to watching him.
Beautiful swing.
Beautiful swing.
Beautiful.
He and Corey Louis Oosthuizen, Corey Con, he's got that level, and it's a lefty, so it automatically is more beautiful than any righty swing. But he is at that level of ease and beauty. Oh yeah,
dude. Sunday was the first day I heard his name. Honestly, Saturday or Sunday, I know he's won a bunch on the European tour, and I obviously don't follow that too closely. Sometimes wake up in the morning and watch, but that swing
watch in the morning.
That swing is beautiful, and 22 years old. I'll keep pulling for that guy for sure.
Might play in the Olympic. I think he either caught. So Louis is miles ahead of everyone else in the South African side for
right.
And Tim's frozen again.
Hold on.
I figured out. I think I figured out how to do this.
Oh man. But so they're basically a battle for second. It's like him, Brendan Grace, a couple other Christian Bizet notes up there too. I don't know, man. I think if Higo keeps playing well, he could be on that Olympic team with him. So that'd be kind of sweet.
Definitely. When is the Olympics?
Couple late July, early August, somewhere around there, I believe.
Hell yeah.
They have it as a calendar event actually on the PGA Tour. I think there's not FedEx Cup points. There's no points. There might be Rolex points on the European Tour side, which is weird. But anyways,
what a year to start this podcast, because we get to talk about something that happens every 4 years. I mean, how cool? How cool is that?
Exactly. So, it's unbelievable. We also get to talk about the best rivalry in golf right now, by far and away. We got Brooks and Brooksy teeing off again. Hopefully, if the U.S. Open people have any heart and any soul and care about us as golf fans, they will put Brooks Koepka and Brooksy DeChambeau together in a gosh darn group on Thursday and Friday so we can watch them go.
I want them to be together on Sunday because Brooks is just an absolute dynamite with the all the majors, and then Bryson is the defending champ. I want it to happen just like them coming down the stretch. Imagine they were in an 18-hole playoff on Monday. Wow.
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 Dude, yeah, I don't want to give them the out to get it out of the way on a Thursday or a Friday. I want it to happen on a Saturday or a Sunday when it really means something. Why pair them together? You're ending something that there's something built up here that you're going to squash. Really, you're going to bring. That's going to be the climax, and then everything after that's just going to kind of. And it's not even. I know it's the first round of a U.S. Open. What if both of them suck? Again, what if it's U.S. Open and both of them have played great and they're same score, haven't played together yet. Now they got to play together on the weekend.
You're not wrong.
That's how you do that, I think. But
Well,
yeah, if you put them together, there's going to be friggin' millions of cameras and everything's going to be picked up and have fun on that hole. I'm going to go
Yeah.
follow someone else.
yeah, Bryson's gonna be paired up with Phil and Hideki, because they always pair up the major champion winners, the last three, so they'll all be paired together.
Good group.
Good group. But I mean, besides those guys, finally we got a lot of very, very good California players that grew up, maybe not exactly around San Diego, but grew up in California, have played a lot of California golf. Love to see a couple of these guys play well. First up, Xander.
The X-Man.
Big X. The X-Man himself. Dude is coming here. First, real name, by the way, Alexander. So it makes sense why he's Xander, but like Alex Schauffele doesn't do me any good. Xander Schauffele does me some good. So love that he went that way. Grew up in San Diego. Like Timmy said earlier in the podcast, was watching the 2008 US Open from a Torrey Pine tree himself. Oh my goodness. Like what an unbelievable story.
That's picture perfect.
Wait, so it's like this has nothing to do with golf, but if we called you Rendon Monroe or like Eichel Adams or something like Timothy O'Reilly, just I don't know. I love the little nickname you got there. But anyway, yes.
It's like if we called Mike Ike instead of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like Chell. Like if we called him like Chell instead of Mike.
Yeah, Chell.
Could go by Chell.
Or if we called Brian Ian, if we called your brother Brian Ian, that would probably make the most sense out of everything.
Ian. Yeah.
Instead of Bry, we call him Ian. That'd be kind of funny.
No.
I'm gonna start calling Brian Ian now.
Do it.
We'll see if he's paying attention to the podcast.
Nobody tell him that we mentioned him. See,
oh man, how funny would that be? What's up, Ian?
let's just make it happen organically. Let him listen to it.
But happy, I would love to see, especially coming off a miscut. That's his first miscut in a major since 2017. Pretty sad about it. Dude's a monster. Hope he keeps going. I really hope he does well this week. Next up, Colin Morikawa, the last person to win a major championship in California. It was in Harding Park, close to where he played college golf, which was right over the bay in Cal. But another guy who's been pretty much money since he came onto the PGA Tour. I have nothing but good things to say about Colin Morikawa. Probably one of, if not the best ball striker on tour at age 24. Like, it's insane.
Where in California is he from? Do you know?
I think he's from I think he's from San Francisco. He went to school at Cal, so that's why I knew that part.
Would expect him to be there this weekend. He can play.
Oh, he's from LA. Never mind. I lied. He's from LA.
But still, California.
Well, yeah, he's actually closer now. Instead of being like 8 or 9 hours away, he's only an hour and a half away.
Hey, there we go.
Exactly. And finally, Patrick Cantlay coming off a big win at the Memorial. He's been there pretty much all year. I think he's a beast. He's just super quiet. And so like he doesn't get, I know we talked about that and a couple podcasts ago. He's just quiet. He kind of just goes, does his own thing. Guy that you can definitely root for. He doesn't have the spark as a couple of the other guys, but super down to earth guy, unbelievable amateur career, fantastic pro career. We'll see if he can make it happen in his home state as well.
Yep, and that, especially after Mikey's tidbits when him talking about Patrick Cantley's backstory, 100% rooting for him. Little sneak preview: he is 100% in my lineup.
Bada bing, me too.
Speaking of lineups,
what a segue!
Since both of you got
bada bing.
You know what they call it? They got Mikey's tidbits. We got Brendan's segues, and we got Chooch's golfer pole, baby. That's all we need.
My favorite's the segues. My favorite is the absolute segues.
Get the people going. Speaking of our daily fantasy picks, we do have some daily fantasy picks sponsored by no one. Maybe one day. Then we'll only play you guys, whoever sponsors us, but not yet. For now, we are daily fantasy people. We are not any specific company's person. But I know that I went first for the Memorial, I believe. So I will go last this time around. Timmy or Mikey, you guys can go right ahead and take it away.
Timmy, take it out.
All right. So I have no one in my lineup above 9,100. But
Jesus,
Michael,
you went mom and pop, or did you go no lower than?
I have $0 remaining.
This is a first.
Yeah.
$0 remaining. No one above 10. This is just meat and potatoes right in the middle. Just solid players all around. All right. So first one I already mentioned, Patrick Cantley, just one of the hottest players on tour. He's top 5 in FedEx Cup standings, all that. Just how can you not pick him? Now I got a soft spot for him since Mikey's story and gave us that backstory a couple podcasts ago.
Last pod.
And Brendan made a great point. And I mean, it's no secret, but he brought it to my attention a couple majors ago. It might even been the Masters, but either one. That the majors are so much more fun to pick because everyone, solid players, are just at absolute steals. So that I actually started from the bottom. I started with my lowest player, 7,300, played really, really well at Winged Foot last year. He also played well last week. So he's kind of on the upturn. And what I didn't know is that in between that Winged Foot and this hot start, or this hot tournament he had last week, he had a back injury. So I was wondering where the hell he went. Don't know much about him, but my man, $7,300, Harris English. I am picking him. Harris English, I got a feeling he wants to win the US Open. I mean, who the hell doesn't want to win? That's a stupid take, Tim. But obviously, I'm picking Harris English. He was a good steal.
He wanted to win the Palmetto, but he also choked it away. He couldn't.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Who didn't choke except for you know who?
He also won earlier this year. He won at the Century Tournament of Champions.
Harris English, yeah.
Monster, dude.
Harris English.
Literally number one Patrick Reed hater, Harris English. Because they played together at UGA. They were on the same team at UGA, and then Pat got the boot. Yeah, they do not like each other.
Well, interesting that you would say that, Mr. Segway, because I hope they get along because they are both on my team, Mr. Patrick Reed.
Wow.
Winner of the Farmers Insurance. He has
by cheating.
He has proved that, well, we won't have to mention that, but he has proved that his short game around these treacherous greens and these, like Mike said, the humps in the middle of the greens and all that and the tough rough, he has proved that his short game does prevail. And he won convincingly at this course not too long ago. Absolute steal, $7,700, Mr. Sam Burns. Mr. Sam Burns, he's a long hitter.
Talk about bad backs.
Yeah. Long hitter. $7,700. I don't know. I like him.
Mikey's doghouse. He's in Mikey's doghouse. Mikey's doghouse is just Sam Burns right now after the PGA.
Hope you don't see a WD next to his name this weekend. Just pray for that.
God, I hope not. That would stink. Every time the major comes around, I either pick him or I regret picking him. So I'm picking him. Justin Rose, 8,000. Got to pick Justin Rose. That's it. I got Patrick Cantley. I already said that. My last pick, I got a feeling this might be his tournament. He's got to be long. He has almost 0 wins. He has 1 win, but we all know him as Mr. Tony Finau. I am picking Mr. Tony Finau. What a steal at 8,900 bones.
Big.
I am excited about this lineup. Thank you, Mr. US Open, for having a great tournament to come up. That's where I'm going with. I put in $10. I hope to win $1 million. Thank you very much.
Yes, I was going to ask. You guys did the $1 million too. Let's do it. Let's do it. Wow, Uncle Tony, Big Tony. I'm rooting for him. I didn't pick him. But we'll wish him all the best. I'll go. Brendan, you mind? I mean, you want to go? I want to go.
Would you like me to go?
No, I'm ready, baby.
Okay,
I'll tell
go
you
right
what,
ahead.
I like going first because now I just get to sit back and listen to you guys.
I will say just one thing: Justin Rose, 7th and T8 so far this year in majors. So he's kind of running majors pretty well. So good pick on that one,
Turn it up.
Mikey.
I'll run
Après
through
vous,
it.
sir.
I got Pat Cantlay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know that. Timmy, we're rooting for the guy. I mean,
Gotta.
he can do good for both of us, I guess. That's fine by me.
Sure.
Second up, Will Zalatoris.
Biggie Will.
Big Will fan. He's second on my list.
You're welcome.
not
You're
second,
welcome.
not second in money, but maybe he wins it. Maybe he just friggin' wins this. He's poised. He's always been there in majors this year, and I don't see any different this time around. So pulling for the kid, and that's how we base our fantasy lineups around guys we're pulling for. Rory McIlroy, he's my most expensive. Let's go, Rory. I think he's going to be dialed in. I hope he's going to be dialed in, I should say.
Me too.
Because you never know with that guy. He's been dialed all over the place recently. So let's dial it in, Rory. You got immense talent, best swing on tour, probably best player on tour if you're playing your best. Why not now? Next in line, Phil Mickelson.
Love it.
How can you not?
Gotta go with him. Gotta root for him. If you don't put him in your lineup this week, you're probably going for the million. I'm going for.
I'm going for next awesome.
I'm going for pride. And I'm going for pull of guys that I want to see on the top of that leaderboard on Sunday. So, Phil, you're in that. Next in line, Westwood.
Love it.
Lee Westwood with the fiance on the bag. After I heard that news, insert him into the lineup. That's great news. So again, another guy we're pulling for to get his first major ever. The guy is
49, 48, 49.
He's not 50 yet, but he's almost there. Would love to see him get one. He's probably not going to get one. Next in line, and to round out the club, really excited about this guy. He's big guy, just holding it down. Like just feel like he's a good time. Shows up in majors, doesn't win, but shows up. Mark Leishman, Big Leash. Wow. I think we're big into just having a good time around here and making sure the grass is well kept and maybe cracking a beer, putting your feet up and watching a ball game. So let's go, baby. Let's try and win a million. Let's try and win a million.
Big Leish. We go.
Yeah, you had to do it. All right, thank God.
Go love Big Leish. Oh man. I feel like anyone who ever did that, any Australian who ever hears me do my Big Leash impression, because I sound nothing like him, where I was just going to listen to this and be like, why is he saying this? Mark Leishman sounds nothing like that.
Damn, you're making me feel bad for not picking Phil there, Mike.
Oh, yeah. You should.
I know.
You should.
Might have to make a separate like $1 one just to put Phil in there.
I might make a separate $10 one.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's what you should do, but you should not erase the one you've already made.
No.
Nope. Absolutely not. Yeah. Nope. So I've got a good mix of.
You better have one person. You better have one person in there.
Well, I've got a couple people in here. I've got a good mix of.
You got 6 actually.
I've got 6 people. They're a good mix of California boys and Brendan's guys combined into one. So we'll see how it goes. But first up, Colin Morikawa. Colin Morikawa is an absolute monster in major championships. He is a fantastic player. I love the guy to bits. He's only 24 years old. He is going to be, I think, sooner or later, one of the faces of golf. And he did miss the cut in 2020 at the US Open. but that's okay. We're gonna put it behind us.
What was the price tag?
$9,500.
Okay.
So he's my most expensive. I went like you. I've got $0 left, and I've got a good assortment.
Saying you got $0 left, like that's not like big news. Like that's how it should be.
There have been some tournaments where I've left some money and actually won the money, even though I left money on the table.
You took someone over Louis Oosthuizen. I forget who it was. You took some guy who's struggling to stay on the PGA Tour over Louis. Just you left $800 out there.
I did.
It was incredible.
I still won $45 that week, but yeah, I did. Shame on me, I know. Next up, $9,300, Xander Schauffele. Gotta do it. Hometown kid. I've been the big X guy since I said he'll never miss a cut in the major. I had to put my foot in my mouth after that one, but I think back in his hometown, he's going to do it. Next up, $8,600. Great minds think alike, Michael. Will Zala. Horace. Big Billy. He has never been outside the top 10 in a major.
Don't blink, you'll miss him. He's pretty
T5
tiny.
at Wingfoot, second place at the Masters this year. T8 at Kiowa, 2021 US Open, won. No, I'm kidding. But
Can we have the app? Can we have the app that we use? Put a picture next to his name. I mean, he's like a John Dowd in there.
Jesus
like he's
Christ.
John Dowd in there.
Just a John Doe, baby.
My God, that is electric, Timmy.
Did you just pull John Dowd from MVP baseball from back in the day?
Yeah.
2004.
Formerly known as Barry Bonds, aka John Dowd. Unreal.
I don't know. Was he a righty? Was Dowd a righty?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was a righty.
Oh
He was
yeah,
a-
no, they
he was
did.
a
They made him
white
look like
righty.
nothing.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Yeah, 39-year-old rookie.
I wanted
It was
Ba-
always hilarious.
You would make Barry. You would create Barry Bonds. You would make him in
Yeah.
cut John
Did they ever
Dowd.
let him have the actual at bat too, the actual like stance and stuff? It would have been unreal.
Dude, remember we used to go like the cheat codes, the super large bat that you used to be able to hit with.
Jesus.
That game was awesome.
Oh my God.
The home run. showdown.
Anyways,
Back to John Dowd and Will Zalatoris and how they
Will
relate.
Zalatoris, baby.
Give the guy some
$7,900. I've got a Brendan's guy right here. I got Abe Answer. I just think he's good. I think he he's a Texas boy. He's not a California kid, but I think he's got it. This is going to be controversial.
Wait, who was the last guy I zoned out?
Oh, Abraham Answer, $7,900.
You're all right. Keep going. You're on a trend here. You're picking the same guy over and over again. But go on.
Yeah, I literally am. $7,500. Controversial. Joaquin Neiman staying in the lineup.
Okay.
Staying in the lineup.
Please tell me you have one spot left. You have one spot left, right?
And we got one spot left.
All right.
All right.
You hear that, boys?
No. No.
Chugga. All aboard the Charlie Hoffman train. Let's go. $7,200, baby.
Charlie gets
All that matters.
We got to get Charlie on this thing.
He paid off in the PGA Championship, baby. He finished in the top 20. It was unbelievable.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh,
You put that for $1 million. That's like me picking Phil. All right, we're playing with our hearts.
we ain't playing with our heads. We're playing with our hearts. That's all that matters. But hey, someone's gonna take one of the guys that ends up costing like 10-5 or 11 something, and it's gonna be bad. And they're gonna miss the cut, and then they're gonna be all pissed off. But anyways,
None of us have Brooks or Bryson. That's classic.
Great.
no.
Classic.
We want no part of them right now.
Nope. I probably would have had Brooks just because he's also from California, but I was like, I can't really squeeze him in. So I wasn't going to take out Xander, even though, I wasn't going to take out Xander or Colin. Thought about it, but
I really thought about having both Brooks and Bryson. But
you would have been picking from the absolute straight. You would have been picking amateurs from the bottom to fill out your lineup.
True.
Oh man,
Since we met, baby.
I know.
Never
right?
know.
Oh God. Well, boys,
Are there any names that we should know that, like, you said today's the longest day, Tim, so kind of explain that a little bit. So guys are trying to qualify, right, for the
Yeah,
Open?
so there's a lot of places they have like a 36 hole qualifier on Monday. And that's basically like this is the last and final day that you can qualify for the US Open. And but why they call it the longest day is that you're waiting for the results, you're waiting for, and whether you, oh, we're frozen again. Let me do this on the, you're waiting for everything like that. And then once you find out if you have made it, then you have to travel, obviously.
Right.
And so like it's just like it's a whole day of like playing golf, finding out if you made it, and then making arrangements to travel for the US Open. It's just kind of
And that's
Crazy.
and that's the
Crazy.
thing. That's the thing that we didn't touch upon, and it kind of goes unsaid. And the US Open, like, it's open, baby. Like, anybody can qualify. And we were saying how Ricky Fowler was trying to qualify through all these
Missed out.
qualifying events and missed out. Couldn't beat local Joe Schmo, who drinks Budweiser every night for the last 25 years.
where's the nearest qualifier here?
Great. Oh,
They probably have a Northeast one.
Yeah, I think they had one at Ledgemont. I think the place that I joined recently, I think they had one.
Wow.
I'm not exactly sure, but
That must have been like a first round or something like that, like too, because they go like crazy. Like the qualifiers start in like April, and you got to like go. You know what I mean? So it's kind of nuts.
hell yeah.
Unless
Why the
you're
hell
rookie and you get to cut to the front of the line and still miss. Man.
Back to what I was saying, though. I mean, you can just be a dad for 25 years, just feeding your kids, having a bud every night, playing a little golf, sign up for a little qualifier, say your handicap's 0, and try and qualify, play some good golf, catch a little heater, get into the Open. I mean, crazier things have been done. That's pretty sweet that elite golfers who have played at a high level can try and get into this thing. That's just, there's nothing else like it. And yeah, I'm just trying to make sure you're on the lookout for any of those guys those stories, like this guy he has like 20 kids back at home, just like wife, dogs running around. Just guy he just does something other than play golf for a living. Who knows? There's going to be a couple of those guys. So big time room for those guys. Big time.
Well, it's like a Michael Visacki, man. If only he qualified, that would have been great. How cool would that have been?
If you're not rooting for an amateur and if they're top 10, come Sunday, if you're not rooting for that amateur, I don't know. Who would you rather have win, Phil or the amateur? I don't know.
Phil.
Phil.
Good question.
That better not have been the golfer poll. But speak of the devil, I know we're running a little late, everyone, and we apologize. But, it's okay.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Well, I don't apologize.
I don't apologize. Too bad, so sad.
Too bad, so sad.
Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a fantastic day.
Exactly. But we do have best part of the show. It is the Chooches golfer poll. Timmy, what do you got for us this week?
We have ourselves a first, boys and girls. Chooches and Chooches.
The first.
We have a first. We have someone, my buddy Nate, sent me a question.
Wow.
And it was so good that
it's Nate's golfer poll.
It's Nate's golfer poll. Nate, I've played golf with him in Ireland and Portugal. Great buddy. He's the most improved golfer I've ever seen from start when we first started golf until now. It's drastic. I mean, he's an athlete, hockey player. I mean, not surprised he picked it up, but anyway. So he sent me this golfer poll idea. We got a regular old colon, not a semicolon. If you play,
wait, time out. How did you receive this? I want to know how this came about.
This text came out of the blue.
Hey, I know Nate's a great guy. How did this come about?
He out of the blue. We don't talk much unless it's about golf. And out of the blue, he says the last time we text was Monday, December 28th. All of a sudden, out of the blue, golfer poll idea. That's it.
Wow.
Read the text. I was pumped. I called him. I said, "Can I use this in the podcast?" He said, "Yep." And there we are. I couldn't.
That's awesome. That's wild.
So,
Love that he's chiming in.
oh my God, I know, right? So, anyway, golfer poll idea. If you play the same 9 twice and break 80, do you tell people you broke 80, or do you tell everyone you broke 80 playing the same 9 twice?
Broke 80. Next question. Broke 80.
That's classic.
Broke 80.
How much, like, if I get into a conversation with someone about like the action, if I have more than like a 7-second conversation with someone, I'm telling them that it's on the same 9. But like if it's just like hey, what'd you shoot? 80, or like just keep walking. Like if there's time to explain myself, yeah, I feel the need to, like, it's not legit. So like I don't know.
Like if you're walking by someone, they're like, "What's your lowest score ever?" And you're like, "It's 79. Goodbye."
So like even good question, Nate. Great freaking question. But like I couldn't say that that's my lowest round. Could you? Like if say you shot a 72 on the same 9, like can you say that's your lowest round ever? I mean, like Highland Country Club, everybody there who played 18, Brendan, I'm coming at your heart right now. Like that.
Exactly.
That place is terrific. So there are, that's.
Well, if it's 2 consecutive 9s, it's got to be 2 consecutive 9s. If you're playing like 9 and then you go back the next day,
no, right.
Has to be 2 consecutive.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, it's I shot 79. End of story. Next question.
Now, what if in my situation, I have 3 under 70 rounds at Lincoln Country Club. We play 1 9 from the Whites, 1 9 from the Blues, and like one of those kind of things. I don't know, because they're considered 2 different 9s. That's what they try to do, as the members do. When they play 18, they do 1 9 from the Blues, 1 9 from the Whites, and not that they're huge different at Lincoln Country Club, but
right.
I always consider it a 79, or just because it's 2 consecutive rounds, and I'm not sure. It's a great question, but I've never thought in that situation to say, well, it's on the same 9. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I know what you're saying, Tim. I don't, like, you played Lincoln growing up, like Brendan, you played Highland, both 9-hole courses. Like I didn't do a lot of that. I didn't play a lot of 9 and then the same 9 for a lot. So like I'm just coming from somewhere different. But like when I try and go out, if I'm playing the same 9 twice, like I said, I don't know, probably let it be known if we were going to have a conversation about how my golf went,
Yeah. And we kind of had to make do. I mean, it's not like we had another 9 that we could play. I mean, obviously we can go to anywhere else and play 18 holes, and that goes with the same question as like the hole in one. Like if you make a hole in one at a par 3 course, does it count? Like one of those.
Right.
And if you
Different.
No,
very different.
It's similar, but Brendan, I know what you're saying too. Like if Brendan has played Highland like 50 times in the summer of 2008, and like on his 46th time, like I come up to him, was like, "Hey, what'd you shoot?" I don't think Brendan should have to be like, I shot an 80 with on
the same 9, even though it's different. Even though it is different.
Even at Highland, they do try and make it different as much as possible, changing the par and whatnot, or they did. Rest in peace, Highland.
I know, RIP in peace. What a course.
But you know what I mean? Like someone who belongs there should definitely not feel the need to, like, they should definitely, if they shot a 68 at Lincoln Country Club, that's their low score of their life. You know what I mean? I believe that.
I'm very glad that I have a 78 at not Lincoln Country Club. Now that we're talking about this, at a regular 18.
I wonder what Nate's answer is. I wonder what prompted that question.
I think he's on the hunt along with my brother to break 80. I think he's on the. I don't think he's done it. So that's
I haven't done it.
But
maybe
even 90, you know what I mean? Like
right.
I'm just playing the same 9 twice. How do you feel about that? But obviously not ideal. And
Oh, we're gonna have our shorts versus pants battle for this one. We got to save that. We'll save that for a live because that'll be a battle royale right there. That's
Yeah.
gonna be. We may come to fisticuffs. Like it might be that we may have to call Ian to come over and break us up.
shoot, I'm telling Brendan. I'm telling Brian.
Oh, we may have to call Ian and Riss over to come and break us up.
I only go. He's only
Or
Brian.
sorry, no.
He's
No.
Brian.
Sorry, Chris is not Riss. Chris is Topher. So Topher and Ian. Oh,
Ian.
Topher and Ian.
Bry guy. It's Bry guy though. There's nothing.
It will always be. It has always been and will always be Bry guy. But imagine, Topher and Ian.
Topher. That's.
I think I'm in on Topher. We got to make we got to have a spin-off podcast.
Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, that could be. Dude, put
Topher Grace from That 70s Show. Topher Grace is plays Eric
there's
Foreman.
a lot of similarities to That 70s Show, but we won't talk about that either.
We also won't. If imagine if we put those two in the same room for like
an hour,
like that would be content. That would be classic stuff. Those two in a room.
Oh my God, that'd be unreal. Well, we'll have this talk offline. But anyways, boys, as always, what an absolute pleasure this was. Talking US Open, talking our tournament.
Enjoy it. I think NBC's got pretty heavy coverage. Obviously, the Golf Channel. It's going to be on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and these guys are going to be out there grinding. And I freaking love it. I can't wait.
Did they put it on the cock? Did they put it on the cock at all? That's what I call peacock now, by the way.
I don't know if they put it on.
Thank you for clarifying. I was wondering.
I don't know.
I've decided since it's so stupid that like the streaming service that they're putting everything to the streaming service, I'm gonna call it by a funny name. So it's the cock.
I thought you were talking Cox Digital Cable from Rhode Island.
Oh boy.
That's also like what?
Yeah, you guys don't even have Comcast. It's still Cox, right?
Cox, plural.
Timmy's parents have Cox, I think, right?
Yeah, they do.
We got Verizon, but
you got the FiOS.
Yeah, we got the FiOS, I guess. I don't know.
Well, if it's on the cock, I'll be watching it. I'll be streaming it during the day, so that's good.
YouTube TV, baby.
Bro.
Yeah.
Enjoy it on the television, not anything different. But
Oh man. Well, boys, I'm excited to watch it.
US Open, baby.
Can't wait for it. And you can follow us on all our social medias. Hit the link tree in the comment. Hit the link tree in the bios. Follow Tim at Chooch Golf on TikTok and anywhere else he is. Great follow, fantastic follow. Follow. You can follow Mikey on Napster and Facebook and MySpace.
MySpace. Check me out on MySpace.
Michael_Adams_23.
I'll be there.
Anyways, boys, as always, let's just get out there and let's let it fly.
Let it fly, baby. Let it fly.
Play better. Go Phil.
Go Phil. Go Phil.